Hi there, welcome to another episode of Canada's Movie and TV Hosters. I'm one of your hosts, Gregory Barrett, and with me is my lovely wife, Christine. And here's our guest star, Fluffy Kitty. She seems to be enjoying being here with us. We haven't received any comments about her being here. Are you enjoying her? Being part of the show?
She's doing good, yeah. She hasn't swatted at us or anything like that. She's been really well behaved.
Yeah, I'd say so. She hasn't attacked the camera.
No, she was staring at the camera last episode.
Yeah, she hasn't been chewing on any of the wires or anything.
She's kind of chill right now.
I'm good with that. So today, just to break it down for you. So this is a show where we talk about all things pop culture that we like: movies, trailers, TV shows, streaming, books, audiobooks, whatever we want in terms of pop culture.
Yeah.
We don't get into, boring topics like politics or geopolitical events. We don't want to get into that.
We haven't talked about music yet, but we could, I guess.
Yeah, we could.
We have different musical tastes, but...
Oh, definitely. Well, as everyone does, right? So there's no real big news I want to report on this week. A couple of quick things off the top. Avatar 2 is approaching $2 billion. Probably going to hit that this weekend, if not next. Was there any other thing? There's no real updates on Jeremy Renner. I believe he's at home recovering.
He's at home. He's out of hospital.
So that's good. We want to see Hawkeye back. I keep thinking I want to watch that Hawkeye show again, but I just don't have time.
Hopefully it won't be too long of a recovery, but he had serious injuries.
And he's not that young either. He's in his 50s, I believe.
See? Oh, well, it was a rough go. Anyway.
Was there any other big news in terms of box office or anything? No. Avatar 2 is still making lots of money. Megan is still making lots of money. It's pushed. It's this weekend. It might get to $100 million on a $12 million budget.
Right.
Oh yeah, they already announced Megan 2.0. Okay. I think Blumhouse...
She kills more efficiently.
I guess. They're bringing back the cast. And Jason Blum announced that when they brought out this one because they felt good about it. And people are enjoying it. Lots of success. Are you going to go check it out?
I don't want to if I don't have to. My daughter might want to go see it, but we're having a big storm starting tonight.
Yeah, so we're having a big snowstorm here in the Great White North.
It's been pretty green, actually.
Yeah, we haven't had much snow this year.
No, it's been tropical.
We got about maybe 2 centimeters this morning, and now expecting a big snowstorm, so I'm not going to be going out to the movies until at least Sunday. Yeah. I did see a movie this week, and we'll talk about it later. So let's jump right into the trailers then. So, big trailer that came out this week is for The Mandalorian Season 3, which is coming on March 1st. That's not too far away.
No.
Are you excited about this?
Yes,
and what did you think of the trailer?
I thought the trailer looked really good. It looked like there's a lot in this episode. Sometimes I find the Mandalorian show has dragged a bit. Mm-hmm. It takes many episodes for them to do a small amount of things. Yeah,
they're kind of dragging it. They're pulling the taffy on it.
Yeah,
right?
they do. But no, this one looked like there was a lot involved. They go to Mandalore, and looks like they perhaps are gathering up all these Mandalorians who are all over the galaxy.
Maybe.
Looked like a lot. It looked like a really good trailer. I mean...
Do you think they're all going to Mandalore?
He goes to Mandalore.
Yeah, we
looks
knew
like
that
they want to reunite.
We knew that from watching the end of Book of Boba Fett. So anyone who might have skipped Book of Boba Fett, they missed a little piece, but I don't think it's a big deal. You can just jump right in.
Next episode, I think what we'll do, we should go back to the Book of Boba Fett and tell people what happened so they don't have to watch that. So we'll tell people what happened to the Mandalorian in the Book of Boba Fett because we don't want to put people through watching it if they don't have to. Because unfortunately, the Mandalorian, important things happen in the Book of Boba Fett that you kind of would like to know. Yeah, because
at the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian, Baby Yoda, Baby Grogu, goes with Luke Skywalker.
Yes.
And he's going to go train to be a Jedi, because that's the whole point of season 2 was
get him there.
The Mandalorian had to get Grogu to a Jedi.
Yeah.
So and then Luke Skywalker show up at the end. So they're going to do a recap. I mean, we can recap it right now.
I don't remember all the details.
So Grogu's training with Luke Skywalker on where he's building his new Jedi temple, which I think we saw in Last Jedi.
Yeah, it got burnt down.
It was being built by these androids. Remember? They had those androids that were building it and doing a really good job. Ahsoka shows up. Then he gives them a choice. It's like, hey, you want to be a Mandalorian? Or would you rather have this cool Yoda lightsaber?
Right.
Because he showed him Yoda's lightsaber. How did he get that? I guess he stole it from Yoda's hut there on Dagobah.
He was there. Dagobah. Yoda passed away. Yeah.
But, you know what? There's a bit of inconsistency there because he lost it at the end of Revenge of the Sith. And he never, got it back. And he's like, no, I'm going to go meet up with Jimmy Smits and get out of here. Well, which didn't make any sense to me. It's like, pick up your lightsaber and go kill that guy.
Perhaps someone else found it and has given it to him.
Or he built another one.
He's like the big Jedi now.
Lightsabers keep turning up later on.
I don't know. Anyway.
So I'm excited for this.
But he realizes that Grogu's heart is not really in the Jedi.
No.
That's the problem. He doesn't really...
Because he has a connection with I can't remember the Mandalorian's name.
Mando. The Mandalorian.
Mando.
Yeah. So he wants to go, and he goes back to him.
Yeah. We also see a lot of flashbacks in this trailer. So with flashbacks to Coruscant, and see a bunch of Jedi in one scene. So that's got to be the fall of the Jedi Order and Order 66
really
and the fall of the Republic. Which, if you don't know any of this stuff, don't worry about it. You can jump in and watch Mandalorian.
Yes.
It's
so basically, Grogu has gone back to the Mandalorian. That's what happened in the Book of Boba Fett, and he's back with him. Yeah.
And now Mando has to go to Mandalorian to redeem himself because he took off his helmet in order to go on a heist with, I don't know, what's his name? Remember they were doing that heist going into that Imperial Center?
Or something.
And they had to dress up as mud troopers or something. So I'm looking forward to this. It's not too far away. I mean, this show is whenever it comes out, it's the #1 show in the world now.
Oh, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, so they're together again. They're starting off on new adventures. Yep. And maybe the Mandalorians will become a nation again. Because that's the whole thing. They've got that sword, the dark saber now. They've got to reunite. Did they not have it?
No, he does have it.
Yeah.
And Bo-Katan wants it. But she can't take it from him, even though he's like, here, take it. But she's not allowed to just take it. You have to win in combat.
Right. It's supposed to gather the nation together. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Because he took it from Moff Gideon, who's the great Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh.
But I think he's still around. Do you think he's coming back?
Yeah, I don't think he didn't die.
Yeah, they'll probably bring him back.
He's a good villain.
Oh, yeah,
I'm just watching him right now. Actually, I started watching Kaleidoscope. I know you didn't care for it.
Yeah, we can talk about that later on in the reviews there.
I haven't finished. I'm only on I think I'm on the orange episode now.
So, Mandalorian, we got the trailer. Check it out on YouTube. We got season 3 coming March 1st. Let us know if you're excited. Maybe you don't like this show at all. Maybe you don't like Star Wars at all. Whatever. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. We want to hear from you.
That Baby Yoda is really cute.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Even if the show sucks, I don't care. Baby Yoda is so cute. I just want to see him do things.
That's a pop culture phenomenon when that came out. That was everywhere.
It's like watching kitten videos.
Even people who don't know anything about Star Wars heard about that.
That Baby Yoda is so cute.
So next we got a new trailer from Paramount, which Paramount has been killing it lately with all the success they're having on Paramount Plus and with their movies with Top Gun Maverick. So we got a new trailer for upcoming Scream 6.
Right.
What did you think of this trailer?
I think it looks like a good movie if you like that kind of thing. I'm not into horror film, but it looks like there's a lot going on.
So this is coming March 10th, 2023. So that's not too long either.
Scream Demon is coming back.
Ghostface.
Courtney Cox is in it. She's trying to shoot him.
Nev Campbell didn't come back for that. There was a story a couple of years ago that they didn't offer she said that they didn't offer her very much money.
Oh.
And since she's kind of the lead of these movies, why wouldn't you give your star, what they want?
Because it's about having young women and not old women, and that's a problem in Hollywood. That is a big problem.
I don't think that's it. I think it's the studio didn't want to pay her enough to come back for a 6th time. Hey, kitty. But I don't know. I don't know Nev Campbell. Isn't she Canadian? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, still, I don't know her. I've never met her. Are you going to go see Scream?
Canadians, we all know each other.
Yeah.
So
Just in case anyone watching this, I don't know Jim, Sally, or Susie from Canada, although I'm certain they're really, really nice.
Listen, being from Cape Breton, often people say, do you know so-and-so? And I'm like, yes, I do. It happens all the time.
Okay. I don't get that where I'm from, because I'm from a big city. Are you going to go see Scream 6? Have you seen any of the Scream movies?
I have seen a Scream movie. I just don't like horror movies, as you know.
Okay.
I think they're well done. If you like that kind of thing, go for it. I'm just not into horror. I think they do them. They're scary. That's for sure.
People like the last one, 5, which I didn't see that.
Really popular.
The only Scream movie I have seen was the first one.
It's probably the one I saw.
I saw it on TV, and I remember laughing a lot because I thought it was pretty ridiculous. I didn't find it scary. So I've missed 2 through 5.
Right.
So
people are really big into these, though, and if you like the horror genre, this is, gold.
I'm not really into the horror genre. The trailer looks good. You said Courtney Cox, and
she looks like she has a big role in it.
Who else is in it? The lady that was just in Wednesday there. Why can't I remember her name? I don't know
her name. But there's a lot of actors. He's right out in public. It looks this what do they call the demon guy?
Ghostface.
Ghostface. He's in public. This time he's on a subway. He's in a store. He's not like hiding in a house somewhere.
Yeah, he's chasing them through a convenience store. He's just killing people.
This time, I didn't think that was kind of his MO. This one is like out there. He doesn't care. But it does appear to be Halloween, perhaps, or something.
Jenna Ortega.
I did know that.
I did know that too, but I'm just blanking on it.
Yeah, I guess if you like Scream, this is going to be your thing.
If there's I'm not overly looking forward to it because it's not really my thing. That being said, if it's a good scary movie, I'll go check it out. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's not one of those movies where the trailer makes it look really good and then we see it and we're like, The
trailer does make it look good.
I was disappointed with Megan because I didn't find it scary at all.
Now you might be taking our daughter. I don't want to go to that. Maybe this weekend, depending on the storm, and she might really like it.
Maybe. It's a movie that's made for teenagers, I found. Getting back to it, Scream 6, I'll go check it out if there's a preview night of it here, and then post another out of the theater trailer reaction. Mm-hmm. So that's our thoughts on it. What are your guys' thoughts on the upcoming Scream 6 that's coming out March 10th of this year? Not too far away. Are you looking forward to it? Are you excited for it? Are you one of the hardcore Scream fans that has seen all of them? Or you don't care about it at all? Let us know down in the comments below. And if you have seen them, which ones do you like? Or not like. Next we got, so this coming weekend, that would be on, January 26th, we're getting a new movie called Infinity Pool.
Yes.
So we went and checked out the trailer because I didn't know anything about it, and I hadn't seen the trailer even though it came out a while ago. Another horror movie, looks like a lot of body horror.
It looks really strange.
What are your thoughts on this trailer?
I got kind of feelings of Eyes Wide Shut almost from it.
I didn't know.
It looks really strange and a bit distorted, and I don't think it's for me. Mm-hmm. I think some people are going to really like it. Mm-hmm. I think it's meant to shock. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean by Eyes Wide Shut. I think it's meant to shock people.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like an interesting story, but I think it's too much for me.
Yeah, so the 26th, my mistake. So the 26th is preview night. Okay. The opening would actually be on the Friday, the 27th.
It looks like it's trying to shock people. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. This, to me, I got vibes watching this trailer of Ari Aster movies. We talked about him last weekend. So he made Hereditary, and he also made Mother. And then we were talking about this new one coming up, Beau is Afraid, with Joaquin Phoenix.
I do like the
which I'm not looking forward to because I didn't like either of those two movies that I saw of his.
It looks less horror.
They're
That's why I like
very disturbing.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid this is going to be like this. Now, I am going to see Infinity Pool on preview night on Thursday.
That's the word I would describe.
If you want to know my spoiler-free out of the theater reaction, look for on my channel on Thursday. I'll be posting that out of the theater reaction.
Right.
See what I thought of it. However, like I said, I'm not a horror guy. I don't really enjoy being scared at the theater. Most horror movies I see, I just find them dumb, and I'm like,
this one doesn't
they rely
look
too much on jump scares.
This one doesn't look dumb. This one looks like a really tangled up plot, and it looks really dramatic. I don't think I can take it.
To me, it looks disturbing, just like Hereditary and Midsommar.
Who made this one, though? Is it the same guy?
No, it's not the same guy. It said in the trailer it was Cronenberg? David Cronenberg or Brandon Cronenberg?
David Cronenberg.
Yeah.
Is he still kicking? David Cronenberg, I mean, he made some good films.
What did he make?
Old now. He made Existence.
Existence, huh?
He's Canadian.
So this is starring Alexander Skarsgård. Is that the Skarsgård that was in the It movies playing Pennywise? Or was that the other Skarsgård?
I recognize him. He's
Brandon.
He's still kicking, David.
Brandon Cronenberg.
But
maybe this is his son.
He's 79. Yes, it is. I actually looked that up. It is. I mean, David Cronenberg, I do like his.
Look at this guy.
Stuff.
That guy's got a creepy profile picture.
If you've got a dad like David Cronenberg, you're going to be a bit creepy. I mean, I did like his movies because they were more sci-fi and interesting concepts. Like that Existence was awesome. Have you not seen it?
No.
Oh, you should watch that one.
Well, this guy's got
great Canadian
4
films.
Movies, including Infinity Pool, under his belt.
Well.
So, I don't know. I don't know any of these other ones. Possessor, Uncut, came out in 2020. And then there's Please Speak Continuously and Describe Your Experiences as They Come to You. Apparently that's a movie from 2019.
I like the name
and
of it.
Antiviral, he was also a director, screenwriter. So he's pretty much doing his own thing. And that was from 2012.
Well, his dad has been teaching him, obviously. I mean, he's got a good teacher. David Cronenberg is awesome. I don't think he's making movies anymore. He's 79. But he's made some good ones. Anyway, and it's always very disturbing and very interesting. So if you go to see it and you're like, I might go to see this one. I don't know, because I can't take too much horror. But I am intrigued, especially if he's made it.
He's Canadian.
That's what I just said. David Cronenberg is Canadian. He's made one of Existence is one of the great. I consider one of the great movies.
Okay, well, apparently his son is Canadian as well, born in Toronto.
That's where I'm surprised you didn't know about David Cronenberg, being an Ontario guy.
I know the name, so I'm gonna go see this movie, Infinity Pool. You're not gonna come with me?
I don't think you have to screen it for me first, because I don't think I can handle it.
You could handle Megan. It's very toned down.
I don't like dolls, though.
So I'm going to go see Infinity Pool, and I hope I don't regret that decision, because I regret going to see Hereditary and Midsommar in the theater. I am scarred for life after watching those movies. This is not the same guy.
We should try to find Existence and watch that. This is very interesting about the plots and everything.
Are you guys excited for this Brandon Cronenberg movie, Infinity Pool? It's coming out next weekend on the 27th. Let us know down in the comments below what you think. Also, if you've seen any of his other movies that this guy has made, I've never heard of them before.
Well, he's new. This is his big movie, I guess, because he's a young guy. I mean, his father has taught him.
Okay. Next, we watched Netflix put out a preview trailer for their 2023 movies. So, and this is just their big ones. Because they got movies coming out new on Netflix every week.
These are ones they have sponsored and made, though.
These are the big ones. These are the big budget ones and the ones that have stars in it. So there was one with Chris Hart. I didn't catch the name of that. We got Murder Mystery 2.
Oh, yes.
With Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston.
We both love the first Murder Mystery.
Yeah, we have a joke at our office where I won't tell you his name, but we essentially replace his name and say it's This Guy Goes to Europe.
That's what we call that.
Because he's so cheap. Because Adam Sandler's character, who's a cop, is really cheap. He's got this ridiculous cop mustache on.
He's really cheap, and he won't get his wife the brand name allergy medication.
Yeah. And for this anniversary gift, he's like, I'm going to get her a $50 Amazon gift card. No, I'll get the $20 one. That's good.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he has to take her to Europe, and he cheaps out on everything.
But in saying that, you haven't taken me to Europe yet, so I think you're even worse.
Jeez. Okay.
No, we're not in the budget to go to Europe.
Yeah, I'm too poor to go to Europe at this stage in my life.
Yeah.
We're stuck here in North America on the East Coast.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this murder mystery too.
Me too.
The first one was fun. If you haven't seen Murder Mystery on Netflix, go check it out. It's a fun time.
It is a fun time.
Yeah. What else do we get? Extraction 2. So that's Chris Hemsworth is back as...
Extraction 1, I don't think.
What? That was, at the time, that was the highest... That was the most viewed Netflix original movie.
Oh, I'll check it out. It just was huge.
It was an action movie. The story wasn't very good, but it had some good action scenes in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And he gets really busted up.
It's kind of like a Fast and Furious type of movie. Something like that.
No, it's more... It's like a generic action movie with lots of guns and lots of running and lots of street fighting.
It's probably not my thing then.
But it's really fast paced.
Okay.
I think you might be able to handle it.
Okay.
It's not overly bloody or anything.
Okay.
So yeah, he's an Australian mercenary who gets called in to extract this girl or something. And now apparently he's back for another mission.
It's not like Transporter. I like the Transporter.
What else did we... Yeah, with Statham.
Yeah, Jason Statham.
Those are
fun.
Yeah, they were fun, and then they replaced them with Ed.
They did? Oh, I haven't seen them being replaced.
Ed Sheeran. I can't remember his name.
You're thinking of the singer.
No, I'm not thinking of Ed Sheeran. It's a different guy. He was the guy who was in the first Deadpool movie as the villain, as
oh, I don't remember.
Ajax.
Oh, well, I like the Statham ones anyway.
What else did we see from that trailer? There's a movie with that preview trailer. There was a movie with Gal Gadot.
Oh,
which don't
just
care.
The fact that she's in it makes me kind of turn it off. Maybe she's taken some acting lessons.
Didn't look like it from the scenes we saw in this.
Natalie Portman could do it. Maybe she can do it. I don't know. But Natalie Portman was young when she started out. I think Gal Gadot could stick to modeling, to tell you the truth.
She can never. Everything she's in, she can't not do her Israeli accent.
She's just herself.
Yeah.
Anyway, Millie Bobby Brown looks like she's in another film. I like her.
Okay.
She was in Enola Holmes and Stranger Things.
Also, You People. We got some more clips of You People with Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy.
To it. I hope it's going to be good.
It's coming out at the end of this month.
We laugh we need to laugh at something. I hope that it's a really
I hope it's good. Eddie Murphy's playing the straight man, which is a role as this angry dad, which he's never done before. Because normally he's the funny guy, cracking jokes all the time. Yeah, but or he's this larger-than-life character, Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop.
He can make his face do so many things. Like, he has so much animation in his face.
I hope Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy put together a good movie.
I'm sure they have fun doing it.
The only thing that's, as I mentioned before, that's makes me question whether this is going to be good or not, is that it's going directly to Netflix. Now, Netflix doesn't put their stuff into movie theaters, even though they started with Glass Onion.
That was just a trial thing.
Yeah, but they're getting major success with it.
Well, it was really good.
Yeah. And
it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yes. And a lot to keep your brain going, trying to figure out what on earth is happening.
So I like this preview of the big movies that are coming out on Netflix for this year. Because I was just talking to someone about this yesterday, was that you can go onto the page where it shows all the releases coming out on Netflix in 1 month, and you're just scrolling through it forever.
What was the
I don't even have time to bother with it.
The last one is coming in December. That one looked really good. I can't recall now, but it looked really good. A lot of action. There was one with, the lady from Australia.
Nicole Kidman?
Nicole Kidman is in one, and it was one right after that. It looked really good.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
There was a few of them in there. So
there was so many. It was just cram-packed with all kinds of different ones. Yeah, you guys should watch it.
Check out that trailer on YouTube.
There's a lot going on.
Netflix 2023 preview for their movies.
Yeah, it looks good.
I like how they put that out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we watched that. If you guys saw this preview and you're excited for something coming out on Netflix this year, let us know down in the comments below which one you're looking forward to, why. Let us know your thoughts. We want to hear from you.
Yeah.
So let's jump into our previews. Now, after our last show, there was a new premiere on HBO.
Right.
We got The Last of Us. Series premiere, first episode. What was it, like an hour and 20 minutes or something like that?
We had to have a break in the middle because I had to go do something, come back, I had to go take our daughter somewhere.
I posted an initial reaction video, spoiler free on it there. What were your thoughts on the first episode of The Last of Us?
I really liked it. I have never seen the game or played the game.
Me neither. I know a lot about it, but
It looked to me like a video game. I could see people would be really excited that played the game. Yeah, it looks really fun. It looks, it's a dystopian future again, and they're trying to, like any kind of zombie movie. This is a new kind of zombie, essentially, but it's
an
a
infection.
Zombie.
It is a zombie movie.
Which always scares me. I'm very scared at zombie movies because I don't like disease, and zombies, of course, represent disease. But it's got suspense. It's scary. It's got good acting.
It's really well done because it's HBO.
And really good.
Considering it's a genre that's completely oversaturated. I mean, how many zombie movies and shows?
Zombie shows, though. I always do. They always get to me.
It just got to the point that they started making comedies about them.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of zombie movies that
really
I don't care for them. They're just kind of, why are we doing this again? There's nothing special about it. It's just generic horror zombie movie. This one with Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, who's from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
A lot of people liked her in Game of Thrones as Lady Mormont. Yeah, she was great. It's really well done. I'm definitely in for it. I'm going to start watching it on Sunday nights, and then I'll post a reaction video afterwards on my channel. So you can always subscribe to my channel if you want to get notifications for all those new videos I put out. Whenever I see something in the theater or if there's something new coming out that I'm posting a reaction for. Man, so well done.
I'm just thinking, apparently Game of Thrones is a zombie show as well. I just googled zombie shows, and I suppose Game of Thrones is about zombies.
Fantasy.
They put it like that. I never thought of it in that way. But it is.
Sort of.
Yeah.
It's fantasy magical creatures.
Me out.
These ice creatures.
They take
all
dead
the zombies
to life, right?
Yeah.
It's
I'm gonna keep watching this. Apparently, it's not their biggest premiere, but it's one of their biggest HBO premieres for a show.
Oh, it looks
great. It's not just video game fans of the game, because this is one of the most popular games in the last, 20 years or so.
Yeah.
But people who aren't fans of it, like us,
we're
into it as well.
We're
so
newbies,
people are really loving it. So there's people who love the game say it's really follows the lore and the story from the game.
Right.
So they're really happy, and they're usually the ones that are the hardest to please. And then but everyone's enjoying it because it's really good storytelling.
Yeah.
It's great.
JP from Talking the Orville, that's a podcast that I've always listened to. It's Egotastic Fun Time. It's his channel, and he devoted it to the Orville for the past few years when the Orville was on, but now the Orville is over for now anyway, and he's actually changed his channel. This is the show he's focusing on because he liked the game so much. I'm not
spoiling this show because we only seen the first season, but there was 3 time periods, and it was done really well.
It's really
First
fast.
one in the past, and then there's another one that's still in the past but closer to now, and that one was longer, and that one was pretty emotional, let's say.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, and action-packed.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the present, and got Pedro Pascal with this woman that he knows, and they're just constantly going.
You have a lot of questions about it, like this group, the resistance, how it all set up. Why are they in this particular city? Why, what is going on? I have a lot of questions too that
post-apocalyptic.
Want to know about how is this world made? Like, what is going on in this world, and how does it exist?
Well, you saw the big walls and
but
everything
that's
around
only one
this
city.
encampment
It appears
that they have.
There could be other cities as well that are doing the same thing.
So
I don't know.
essentially, the show is life in a zombie-ridden dystopian future.
Yeah.
Okay?
But
it kind of sucks.
Military rule. This is the thing.
Martial
it's military rule.
Everyone's kind of out for themselves. Everything's kind of destroyed.
The military's doing their best, but they're not meant to rule.
Yeah.
They want a democracy, it seems. This is what
I would definitely recommend checking it out. And because it's coming out weekly, this is going to build up buzz. Because it opened really high, and as it gets more and more buzz, it's just going to get more and more viewers each week.
Right.
I think this is going to become a really huge show.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's got me excited.
I don't know how many episodes it is. I'll have to look that up sometime.
I'm assuming it's 10, but I could be wrong. This one was very long, though. This was like 2 episodes.
Maybe. You think they'll all be like that?
Oh, I hope not, because I have things to do.
It's on late here. I don't want to be staying up till
I can't stay up. I want to get up and go swimming.
It premieres every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And we are ahead of Eastern time here by an hour and a half, so that's 10:30 here.
Oh man, so that's after midnight.
Hour and a half episode.
I gotta get up at 6.
I don't want to be up till midnight on a Sunday, and then have to get up for work on Monday morning.
We're gonna watch it on Monday.
If this show's really good, I might have to.
Oh, don't, because I won't be able to. I'll have to watch it again on Monday. We'll be watching it Monday evening. That's the best thing to do.
No, I'll be watching it Sunday night. You'll be catching up the next day.
I'll be watching the next day because I'm not staying up that late.
Have any of you guys?
Then I'll be also having nightmares about zombies all night.
Fair enough. Have any of you checked out The Last of Us on HBO, which just premiered last Sunday? We're getting a new episode. It's Friday now, so we're getting another one in 2 days. Let us know what you think, or if you haven't. If you're going to check it out, let us know what you think down in the comments below, so we can hear from you. Next, we also watched together The Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Episode 4 of Season 2. You know, someone mentioned to me that they had not, just yesterday, that they had not really seen much Star Wars. And after thinking about that, as I mentioned when I first watched the first 2 episodes of this season, you could just jump right into this show. Okay? You don't need to know anything about Star Wars.
Go back to Season 1, though. It's there. I mean, I would start with Season 1. If you're looking for Star Wars, why would you start in the middle? You can jump in, but I would start in the beginning.
But this is a great show for anyone who just likes science fiction and space and, you know, fun action stuff. Yeah. It's animated. Kids can watch it, too. It's not... They got some interesting guest stars in there.
Yeah. Rhea Perlman is a big guest star.
Rhea Perlman is a supporting actor in it.
Yeah. Well, she was big in this episode that we watched. And I think the basic of this whole episode, it did teach us something about Sid.
It's a race.
It's trying to redeem
the prequels.
Pod racing, I think. Because this episode doesn't really do much. It's almost a filler episode.
We only see 3 of the main characters.
With the purpose, though, probably to show racing done in a better way. Because the pod racing, I really didn't care for that. It was so long in the prequel movies. And I guess the extended version has more of the
DVD, if you bought the physical media version of it, they made it longer. They took unfinished scenes and put it in. So you'll see, like, there's some alien guy selling stuff, like, to the crowd.
Gosh.
Like one of those beer vendors or food vendors.
It should have been, like, 2 minutes.
And there's more of the pit crew stuff.
10 minutes. How long is that scene? It's so long.
Remember the build-up to the pod race? And it's showing they're starting up all the engines, and you see the different cars. Well, there's more of that on the physical media version.
I mean, it's just a lot, and it really takes you out of the movie. It's the worst. Other than Jar Jar being a bad thing in that movie, he's really good compared to the
We're not here to talk about the Phantom Menace.
But this,
we're talking
about
the Bad Batch.
Kind of redemption of Star Wars on car racing. I think this is what
Episode 4. It has Tech. It has Crusher. Crusher and Omega, and then there's Sid, who's their bookie, I guess. So they end up going to a plant, and then they get involved in this race. And it's essentially pod racing. They just call it something else. And it's Ben Schwartz is in it as the droid.
Yeah, and who was playing?
And then there was another guy,
the big guy,
as a crime boss or something.
It
was Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
You know who Ernie Hudson is? That's a Ghostbuster.
He looked like Thanos.
He's one of the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah, his voice is really deep. I never thought his voice was that deep. Or maybe he was just
the whole time I was listening to that character in this episode. I'm like, I know that voice. And I couldn't picture it. When it got to the credits at the end, I'm like, Ernie Hudson, you kidding me?
Yeah, he did a great job. I really enjoyed it.
He's coming back these days because he's been in other stuff lately. We just saw him in that Ghostbusters movie.
It was kind of redeeming the pod race, I guess. That was the purpose of this episode. And
it was a really good race.
That maybe they're in with the bad group. Maybe. Yeah.
So if you don't like the pod race from the Phantom Menace, you can watch this race in episode 4 of season 2 of the Bad Batch, and it's great.
I liked it a lot better than the pod race.
But it doesn't matter. Like I said, you can just jump right in. This show's so good.
It was fun. Yeah,
I can't wait to get to each episode.
Now, the last episode was very, very deep. This episode was not deep.
No. But it was fun.
It was just fun.
The race was really good. Although we did get a little bit more of a background stuff on Sid at the end. Sid's character, because she ain't as great as she makes her.
There's something bad there, so that's a foreshadowing whatever's going to happen in the future with her character, obviously.
Yeah. Maybe they'll go work for Ernie Hudson. I don't know. Who knows?
Seems like more of a thug.
Maybe Sid will get herself into trouble, and then they'll have to go work for someone else, because they are fugitives. The Bad Batch. It's all these clone troopers, and we've seen what's been happening to the other clone troopers. We're starting to see that they're being, and we know they're being phased out, but are they being eliminated, or are they all just going AWOL?
The reason why they went to find her and went there was because she used to get things for the Jedi. But that doesn't necessarily mean that she's a great person. She was just good at getting things for them.
Yeah.
So they're putting all their trust in her. They basically are living at her place. That's their base.
Well, they get jobs from her so that they can afford stuff. But they have to lay low, and they're trying to keep under the radar of the new Empire. Because this is right at the start of the Empire. However...
We'll see. Anyway, it was nice. Well, I'm looking forward to the next episode.
Yeah. I'm thinking, I don't know if I think, but maybe Crosshair, who's one of the members of the Bad Batch, will actually come back and rejoin the group this season.
Maybe he's going to save them from her. Because she gets them into hot water.
Because he's had chances to come back before and walk away.
I can see him coming in, swooping in, and rescuing them when she gets them, when she crosses them.
I could see Crosshair coming back and rejoining his comrades, because he doesn't look... That previous episode, he didn't look like he was enjoying himself at the Empire there.
No, he's doing some soul searching. Anyway, we'll see.
Maybe. What do you guys think of the Bad Batch Season 2? Are you watching it? Okay, watching it or not? Are you a big Star Wars fan or not? Or is this your first Star Wars property? Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Next, okay, so then we reviewed a bunch of things on our own, right?
Yeah.
So I want to start off, if you don't mind, because I got lots to review. Not the Bad Batch. We just finished with the Bad Batch. I finished Season 5 of The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, gosh.
This was the weakest season for me.
Oh.
It's still really good. I told you what happened at the end of Season 4, right at the end, where they get revenge on Commander Waterford.
Right. That doesn't sound good to me at all. But anyway.
Now, the beginning of this season, I'm like, so what are they going to do? Are they going to show us killing them? They're like, no. It starts off... And she's in her bathroom, sitting on the edge of the tub. She's still dressed, but she's still covered in blood and everything, and dirt from the night before. And she's just, and they're doing this montage where they're playing the Everly Brothers, and she's just sitting there thinking about what she just did that night. And it's great. She's just reveling in it.
Oh, well.
Yeah. The first maybe 10 or 15 minutes of the first episode, she's just enjoying where she is right now in life. And then after that, it starts to get out of control.
Question, is this the final season?
This is the newest season that came out in September last year.
Is there supposed to be 6 seasons, or is there like
It says that there's going to be another season.
Oh, okay.
So there could be 1 or 2 seasons. It said it was renewed for a 6th and final season. So does that mean the 6th season is the final season?
Yeah, normally.
Or does it mean that they're going to do 6 and 7? I think it's ambiguous on purpose.
Yeah.
However, this season was the least of ones that I enjoyed for this show, because it's been really good.
Well,
each season just builds up, but this one kind of went down. And the reason why is they're starting to drag it out.
Yeah, it seems that way.
And some things I'm sitting there like, guys.
Isn't it just one novel?
Yeah. Well, I
gotta get you that book.
I'll read it. They've based this this show that they've created, this world, on that book. I'm sure they're way off book. They gotta be by now.
Game of Thrones, for example, was multiple books, so they had a lot of material. Yeah. They did rewrite some at the end, but
no,
still.
They did go off book.
Yeah,
after
but they had like
season 4 or 5.
6 books or something. Yeah, this is only one novel, so. I mean, she is involved in the show, I do believe. Mm-hmm. But still, I mean, yeah, they're stretching it. I hate that when they do that. Like, they need to just end. Yeah. It's hard to end a good thing, but it's what makes something so special.
Even because it's 10 episodes, and
it's a lot of
season 1 was 10, and then 2 and 3 were 13, and they were still good. And then 4 was 10, and it was good. But this one seemed to be stretched out. Maybe they could have put it back to 8, or...
Right. But you need to watch it in order to get to the end, I'm assuming.
And it didn't have that many good moments throughout the season.
Did their budget get cut, or was it because of COVID?
Who knows? Probably had problems shooting it because of COVID. And some of the characters I found, the main character, June, and also Serena, some of the things that happen, it's just, one, it's dragged out, but also they're out of character. They would not do that. Like that. And I'm sitting there, they're doing it so that they can have this weird or a really good moment between the characters, and also to drag it out. And I'm just, guys, no.
So but the thing is, you've invested so much time into this. Yeah. You're going to have to you finish season 5 in order to get to the end, right?
I still enjoyed most of this season.
Yeah.
And I'm still on board for the next season. But as I put in my review that I put on Twitter, they need to bring their A game.
Yeah.
Because all the performances are good. It's the writing. It's the writing that isn't so good. So maybe they had some changes with the writers, or they're running out of ideas. Maybe they need to bring in some fresh blood to help it out. Yeah. But I don't like it. A lot of shows end on bad notes. There's a lot of shows where their last season was the worst season. I mean, I've seen shows where each season it gets better and better, and then they do a final season and it's just crap.
I like it when they've already planned it out, that this is supposed to be like 4 seasons, this is what we're going to do, and then the show ends, because it's a whole body, right? Just going and seeing if you'll get renewed, and then, now we got to write the next season. It's much better if they can kind of think about it.
There have been many shows over the years that have gone too long, and it just kept going downhill. And then it got canceled. Although Babylon 5, that was planned out to be 5 seasons, but that last season was.
I never finished.
I don't know if I finished the last season.
I never watched it all.
Seasons 1 to 4 were good. They just kept getting better.
Battlestar Galactica was superior. Stargate Atlantis I like better than that.
Long story short, I'm still on board for The Handmaid's Tale. It's a very dark, depressing world. Every time you sit down to watch, you gotta be like, okay, I'm gonna be depressed for another hour or so. But it's so well made.
Okay.
So well made. It's almost to the standard of HBO.
Depressing me when you're talking about
I think I think they're probably gonna have to wrap it up next season.
Yeah.
Unless they come up with some amazing ideas. But if they're going at the strength they've been going at for this last season, they need to wrap it up. I'd say. Are you guys watching The Handmaid's Tale? Did you watch it and tap out? Are you still really enjoying it? Let us know what you think. Whether you like it or what you don't like. What's working for you or not, we want to hear from you. Let us know down in the comments below. Now, do you have a review for us, dear? What have you been watching?
I finished all the Jack Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
So I finished
on
season
Prime.
2, and season 3. I still don't think they hold up to season 1. Season 2 is probably the weakest one. That one, they're in Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
Now, season 3, they're in Italy, and it's about Russia, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little bit unbelievable.
Okay.
And I find now Jack Ryan is Invincible Man. And it's a very...
He's become a superhero?
Kinda. And it's a very skeleton crew. This very important thing is happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, they try to explain it with a bad boss, but it's really only 3 people that are on the case of this, which would be like another world war probably would happen. And it's Jack Ryan that saves the world, right? Basically him.
Because he's Jack Ryan.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Almost anybody could play him at this point, just superhero man. So, I mean, it is interesting, but...
Didn't you say that was the case in season 2?
Yes, and this season is a little bit more interesting, but the problem is, the problem is what's happened in reality.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, Russia has gone into Ukraine. Now, the premise of this is that they don't want the Czech Republic to have let the UN, NATO, go in and settle in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that was part of the war in Ukraine. Of course, they didn't want them to go in there because they'd be right next to their border, and they went into Ukraine. That's a little part of it. But in this, the Russians are very rational, and it's not the Russians that we know, even though it's supposed to be modern-day Russia.
So these are mythical Russians, then.
It's a little bit small. This whole story is too small.
Okay.
The Jack Ryan, him and Greer, again, they're back in it. There's another returning cast member, Michael Kelly. He's the guy, you know him from House of Cards. He's in it again.
Who's he in House of Cards?
He plays Mike in House of Cards.
The reporter?
No, their guy their Jobs buddy guy.
Oh, his...
He was in season 2 as well.
He was like his gopher guy.
Yeah.
Guy getting dirty deep.
And this time, he's not. He's off on his own now. He's a guy for hire. And Jack Ryan, again, he's off doing things on his own, going rogue. It has an interesting concept. It's supposed something that happens in history. And there's a great actor there, James Cosmo. You recognize him when you see him. I loved him. He played Captain Creech in The Durrells. He's also in... lots of other things. Anyway, he plays this main Russian, but it's kind of, maybe if it was written a long time ago, it might stand up, but the Russia we have today is not the Russia that we see there. It's very small. It's very small. This one guy leads a coup, and of course Jack Ryan is the only one that can stop him.
Why?
I know, right? Why they don't let anybody else work on it, and there's a bad boss involved, but still, it's too small.
Who's they? CIA?
Yeah, it's too local. It's not believable.
Everyone in the International Espionage Agency, they all know each other. There's 3 guys apparently stopping World War III.
Yes.
Hopefully those guys don't get sick.
He's the guy
Hopefully they know what they're doing.
Gets on the ship, and the Russian guy is working on the Russian side, you know, and there's only 2 guys, really, with Greer, and the other guy is a backup, and their boss, who's a pretty straight-laced, turns rogue a bit, too. They all have to turn rogue against this terrible boss, which is a good story, because we're used to terrible bosses. In our world.
But that's why I've checked out of a lot of spy franchises, because everyone's just going rogue all the time. Just do the mission.
It's not... Well, it starts out good that they turn on Jack Ryan. They turn... You know how they speak for their own ends.
So it's every Mission Impossible movie. Kind
of. They turn on him. But then, as it goes on, it's just too small, and the Russians act like Americans, and then the guy they shoot the defense minister, and this other guy, of course, that shot him becomes the new defense minister. It's just too small. It's not complicated enough. But it's still interesting, but it's not that believable. And Jack Ryan is superhero extraordinaire. They blew up a whole mountain in it, which is kind of cool.
In Russia or in Italy?
In the Czech Republic.
Oh, man. What they got against the Czechs?
It's all involved in Czech. It's the Czechs, and the Czech have this prime minister, and it's her father that's actually he was a Red Army, and he's the one that's orchestrated this whole thing. Yeah. It's pretty unbelievable. It would be interesting, I suppose, but it's a bit unbelievable. I think it should have been a smaller scale, a smaller country, because it really wasn't believable. But still, it was fun.
Season 3 the worst season so far of this show? Rank the seasons from least to best. Or best to worst.
Season 3 better than Season 2, because Season 2 went on and on.
Was Season 1 better than Season 3?
Season 1 is better than the other 2 seasons.
So it goes 1, 3, 2.
Yeah, I guess so. But Season 3 gets really unbelievable. Season 2 is more believable, but still not that much.
Unless you tell me this show is absolutely amazing, I'm not checking it out.
And then, because Season 1... it makes sense why Jack Ryan is the guy, why he's involved, why his boss is involved. Really, in the end, we know more about his boss, but they also forgot that his boss has a heart condition, and in Season 3, we're not seeing him suffering at all, because in Season 2, he gets very sick, his boss, and this is what it's all about. He can't do his job anymore, he can't run or anything, but they don't really even allude to that in Season 3. So, I don't know. I think it was a little bit poorly done. I think maybe if the book was written a while ago, it made more sense, but doing it now, it doesn't. No, like the Russians and what they've done. It doesn't really make sense.
Doesn't fit in the world today.
No, there's no Putin in it.
They wrote this before, or it's their
world. It might have been a book that he wrote a long time ago. You
could say they wrote this season, the writers put together this season before the war in Ukraine. However, didn't that invasion happen in 2014 when the Crimea? So
been doing
I don't
stuff
think
for a while.
This is a fancy world.
Putin's not in it. it's like in America, it's almost like mirroring the American government, essentially. Maybe if it was during the Gorbachev era, maybe this might be more believable.
Maybe this is one of the Jack Ryan books, I don't know.
Yeah, it might be, but it didn't really hold up. But it's still interesting just to watch and just play stupid.
So did that take you out of the show?
A bit, yeah.
Yeah, that happened to me in The Handmaid's Tale. I didn't mention this, but in The Handmaid's Tale season 5, because they're in Toronto, they keep having to deal with all these protesters, and I'm like, there's these protesters that are Canadians protesting that they don't want the Americans there. I'm like, that would never happen in Toronto, okay? Yeah. Like, I don't care, even in this weird dystopian future, there is a bunch of Gilead supporters there. Maybe they're Canadians, or maybe they're Gilead plants or spies, I don't know. But this weird protesting to get the Americans out of Canada, I don't buy that at all. There's lots of immigration that comes to Canada, lots of immigration going on all the time, and a lot of it goes to big cities like Toronto. There's no protesting there to police.
A lot of them go to Cape Breton, I tell you.
They go all over the place. They're here in St. John's too. But there's no one protesting anywhere in Canada that, no, we don't want immigrants.
Well,
this is a weird...
Also, everyone has a relative that lives in the States or whatever. We're pretty connected.
I think that this is become too Americanized there.
Yep. It's taken over the screen.
Good kitty. He's a bit restless today.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's still interesting. Just turn your brain off for a little while and go with it.
Yeah, it's not reality.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
great acting in it. But again, now this is a fella that he has an injury. He has a pretty bad injury to his back, but yet he's still able to do all this. If they just forget all this.
Who, Jack Ryan?
Yeah.
Well, they do that with every action star.
Well, they don't in the first season. He's got some bad injuries, and they actually show I love the start of the show. It's really clever, and they do show his back and stuff. He has a bad back, but now he's
generic action man.
Yeah, he's action man. So
I don't like that.
Now in Venezuela, it was more explainable why he was there and what he was doing. It was more, this Russian thing is a bit. It's not. It wouldn't have really happened anyway. Yeah.
Are you looking forward for the next season? Is there another season?
It's based on the book, so if they do a different country and they go back to the roots, I think it would be good because it's a good character. It's good. I love him and Greer are interesting, and with the other character there. That is like it would be interesting, but it depends what world they're doing and if they do it properly, I suppose.
Jack Ryan was renewed according to TVGuide.com. TV Guide is still around in 2023 for season 4 by Amazon Prime in October 2021.
Okay. I mean, every season is a different story. It's a different country so far. So you can really kind of just jump in and watch it, but it's good to know the history. But in this season, you didn't need to really know the history much because, I don't know, they didn't bring it in too much. It was pretty unbelievable.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're coming out with another season, so you're on board for it?
I'll still watch it because everyone has been different. It's still interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well... Kitty doesn't want to settle today.
No.
So.
Okay, so that's Jack Ryan.
Let us know what you guys think of Jack Ryan down in the comments below. People are really enjoying Straczynski as Jack Ryan. Krasinski.
Yeah,
Straczynski's a different guy.
Seriously, he's becoming just the hero.
Yeah.
I don't like
that. He's just one of those Mary Sues. Let us know what you guys think of Jack Ryan down in the comments below. Did you have something else you wanted to review for us?
Yeah, I also reviewed.
Come on.
I also watched a movie on Prime because it just came up after I watched Jack Ryan because it's also about agents and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's called All the Old Knives, and it has Thandie Newton. You know her.
Thandie Newton from Westworld and Solo.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember her in Solo, but I don't remember that movie.
She was one of Woody Harrelson's buddies in his gang.
They're the two main characters. Jonathan Pryce, you would recognize him. I'm going to show you what he looks like.
I know Jonathan Pryce. He was in all those Pirates of the Caribbean, the first 3.
And Lawrence Fishburne is in it a little bit. Well, he's their main boss.
So Morpheus is in it.
He's in it a little bit, but not a whole lot.
From The Matrix.
I think it would be better as a book, to tell you the truth. Maybe, I don't know if it is a book or not, but I think it would be better as a book.
Maybe it was based on a book. I don't know.
I don't know.
What's this movie called again?
All the Old Knives.
On Prime.
Yeah.
And did this recently come out, or was it just recently suggested for you?
It is a book, I think. It's based on All the Old Knives by Olin Steinhauer. I think it's better as a book.
Okay.
It's kind of boring. It's boring until the very end, but I guessed who the bad guy was right away. The only thing is you don't know his motives. It's mostly takes place in a restaurant.
Oh, this actually came out in theaters for a limited release.
Oh, you didn't see it
on April 8th, 2022.
Okay.
That's when it was also released on Prime, because this is from Amazon Studios.
It's not bad, but it's a little bit boring.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a hijacking of a plane that goes wrong.
Okay. It's
got...
Doesn't have the best ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got a 64% audience score. So it's fresh, but 45% audience score. Oh!
She's getting feisty.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be touched right now. So just let her do her thing there.
Anyway, it's a bit boring. It has a good ending. Like the last 10 minutes are good.
Is this best movie ever, worst movie ever?
I give her probably like a 65.
Okay.
If
so
you
you're
got
being
nothing
nicer
to
than
do,
most of the audience
I'm
then on
being
Rotten
nicer.
Tomatoes.
I still did watch it, but I had to rewind it and watch it over again a little bit. But I kind of guessed who the bad guy was, but I didn't know his motivation until the end.
That
it is also a little bit small again.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit small.
Okay. Fair enough.
Showing
just like season 3 of Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think more would be involved. It talks a lot about the Austrians, but it doesn't really get involved with them. I think it's pretty small. It's about a hijacking that happened 10 years ago or whatever, a few years ago. And these were all the agents at the time that were based there in Vienna. This is where the hijacking happens.
Okay. So is this another espionage movie?
It is, but it's not.
It is, but it's not very good.
It's boring.
Well, you didn't. I'm not watching this.
It's a few years later, and they're they find out. Basically, they capture one of the guys that was responsible.
It's an hour and 41 minutes.
This is why it comes out. Because they capture a guy that was one of the people that did the didn't do it because they all died, but the guy responsible for it, and they capture him, and he gives information that there was an insider.
Okay.
So this is like so many years later.
But this is boring. So
and they're trying to figure out who it is. But I figured out who it was.
Right away.
Right away. I didn't know the motivation.
Sure you did.
I did know. I thought
People
all
always
along.
say that. I knew that all along.
No, and I did
no, you
though.
Didn't.
This was the thing. It was just... Yeah. It's okay. It really would be better as a book. I really do.
Has anyone out there checked out All the Old Knives on Prime? Because it's an Amazon movie. Do you agree with Christine's assessment? Or did you really like it? And if so, why did you like it? Maybe you think it's even worse than what Christine was saying. You said you gave it a 65?
Yeah.
Is that worth a 65? Yes or no? Why or why not? Let us know down in the comments below. Now, I just posted a out of the theater reaction video just yesterday, because it was Thursday, preview night, so I went to go see Missing.
Right, and I want to go see it
Storm
now.
Reed. And I posted my spoiler-free thing, and this was such a good time, okay? It is, I think it's just under 2 hours. It's like an hour and 50 minutes, and it's a mystery. There's a little bit at the beginning that's in the past, but they don't do like and then 10 years later or something like that. You just have to go along with it, because the cinematography is done in the same way as Searching was done from 2018, which starred John Cho. We watched that together. So John Cho was looking for his daughter.
Okay.
And all the stuff you see on the screen is from computer screens.
Right, CCTV
it's
and
from
all that kind of stuff.
It's from cameras. So some of it's like found footage, but others of it is streaming footage.
Right.
Well, not streaming footage, but video conferencing. Is
this in England? Because they have a lot of CCTV over there in England.
No, this is in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of FaceTime on it. There's a lot of what else there? Webcam footage.
Screens. There's a lot of screens.
Yeah, or security camera footage.
But it's like a mystery. It's like trying to figure something out. Right?
And it's a mystery thriller.
I like mystery.
And it's really fast paced.
Good.
And it keeps you guessing the whole time.
I like that.
It's really good how they lay it out. and then how they bring it all together at the end. I found it was really well done. So it's the same people who made Searching from 2018, and they use the same style of cinematography, but it's better because now they're expanding on it. I'll just tell you. So the girl in it, who's 18, Storm Reed, her character June, she's in Los Angeles, and her mother goes on a trip. This is in the trailer. Goes on a trip to Colombia.
Oh, Colombia.
Okay.
I get it now.
So now I've never been to Colombia. I don't know if people get abducted there all the time. I don't know.
You gotta watch.
I don't want to comment on that.
Anywhere around there, people do get abducted and stuff.
I'm not going to comment on that.
You gotta watch it.
I don't know. If you're from Colombia and you're safe there, let us know.
You gotta watch it. Or there's countries where people disappear. You gotta maybe
so
not
what
visit
happens
them as a
is
tourist.
her mother disappears, and she's not there to pick her up, so she starts looking for her.
Right.
And she has to deal with the FBI down there. She has to hire her own Go Ninja guy down there to go run errands for her because she can't go there. She doesn't even have a passport. She's 18 years old, right?
And she might disappear as she goes.
And it's really well done.
Okay.
I would recommend this for everyone. It's definitely a really good mystery, and I can't recommend it enough. And the cinematography is so different from everything else that we see.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I want to see it if I get a chance to. Of course,
if
this storm is slowing us down.
If you're into mysteries or thrillers, I would recommend go check out Missing. It just came out this weekend.
Right.
Really good. I'm putting that on. That's already on my best films of 2023 list. So that's the first one on there.
Wow.
Now, that might come off that list eventually, but I really enjoyed it. I had a fun time. So, have you guys seen Missing out in the theaters right now? Who put this out? It was from Sony, I remember it had a whole bunch of different Sony companies come up.
Oh, okay.
At the beginning, and it all says it's this company, but it's a Sony company, so why not just have the Sony logo? I don't understand. Nope, it's okay, Kitty. Are you guys checking out Missing? Did you enjoy it? Maybe you didn't. What worked for you, what didn't? Let us know down in the comments below. We want to hear from you, and then we'll read it out on the next show.
Right.
Now, should we wrap this up now?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay, we do have a bunch more things to review, but we'll wrap it up now and hold that for our next show, which is coming on Sunday. Hopefully, these episodes that we record on Friday, we'll get them posted by Saturday morning. And then the Sunday evening ones that we do, we have it posted by Monday morning.
I finally finished
It just comes down to editing and rendering it all.
Right. I finished my book.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that more on Sunday. And hopefully I'll have some other stuff to talk about. There's some other movies that came out here I might check out. Also, I started, just as a quick preview, I started watching yesterday that 90s show dropped on Netflix. I got 2 episodes in. It's great so far. It's so good. And how they're doing it with the guest stars. So, we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So, Christine, how can people get in touch with us?
They can email us at CanadaMovieTVHosers@gmail.com.
Yep. Shoot us an email there. We'll read it out.
Or they can contact us on Twitter at CanadaHosers.
That's where we post all of when our new episodes come out. It's always posted there, and the reaction videos. It gets posted up there right away.
And you can talk to Gregory at St. John's Critic.
Yeah, you can follow my account there. I use it mostly as a blog, and I just post, every time I watch something, I post my thoughts on it there.
Right.
Usually spoiler-free, but I don't guarantee that. It's just the way I use it as a blog to keep track of what I watch, because I'm watching so much stuff all the time.
So comment if you like, and all the details will be below this video.
If you enjoy this, please give us a like. That helps us out. You can subscribe to our channel so you get notified for it whenever a new thing comes out. Also, you can leave a comment on any of the things we talked about, or if there's anything we didn't talk about and you want us to discuss, let us know down in the comments below or on Twitter or via email, and we'll discuss that. So, that's another episode. Okay. We'll see you guys in a couple of days. Take care, everyone.
Bye.